What's up, guys? This is Phoenix Fire. A little bit chest turn on my mic here. Hopefully, you can hear me a little better. I did realize in this video. Oh, wow, I'm a little quiet there. It's not good. I think my game just froze. Okay. Anyways, so I left off last time talking about I finished my training, and that was exciting. It was a big deal. Man, why is this taking so long to load? I'm smart. I'm smart. But no, I don't want to play multiple games. I just want to. Oh, can I take that piece somehow? No, what the hell? Oh, I'm so good at chess, guys. I'm fantastic at chess. There's a mid game here, and I have no idea what am I doing. At any rate, if I would stop checking my phone and actually talk to you guys. Low cough there. Oh shit, okay. This is the story I wanted to tell. This was possibly a perfect example of situational irony. And what happened is, so we're going over my training evaluation, and there are different categories. You know, interaction with patrons, interaction with tenants, you know, mobile performance, this kind of performance, so on and so forth. So, and we're looking at it, and you don't mark off on categories like I haven't done. So if there was no offender that day, then I wouldn't get any point. There would be no grading for it because it just didn't happen. But so we're sitting there talking to my supervisor, just kind of reviewing, going over it, and he says, well, okay, well, we didn't do trespassing. We'll probably teach you how to do that soon. And then 10 seconds later, we get a call over radio. Hey, we have, all officers respond to the parking lot, one of the parking lots outside. Say, okay, subject has been arrested by law enforcement. Oh crap, we need to get out there real quick and see what the heck's going on. So one of the guys who work with us is a local constable, and he made the arrest, and my boss put his handcuffs on. Now, my boss works for the sheriff's department, guys, so calm down, okay? It's not like the constable's going to handcuffs to someone who's not a peace officer. It's not going to happen. This is one of those weird cases that you just kind of have to wing that one. So we're hearing that over radio. So we're going out there. I'm with my supervisor at the time, because while you're doing training for security officer, you're always with somebody. You're always with a supervisor most of the time, unless you just can't be helped. And so we just, oh man, this is a weird thing going on. What the hell? So we have to go out there and investigate. Our lead supervisor's already out there. He's talking to the subject's sisters. End up finding out, and so it's like, okay, not a big deal. And then my boss, he's trying to talk to the guy who's in cuffs, and he's trying to make eye contact with him, and it is hard for the guy to make eye contact with him because his head bobbing left and right. So to me, that's a straight sign of, I think he's under the influence of something. Now, as a security officer, kind of a gray area due to the fact that we really aren't trained to tell that kind of a deal, that kind of a situation. So it's alright, well, the hell. We'll just kind of roll with it, see what happens. So we ended up trespassing him for 3 years from the mall, banning him from uninviting him for 3 years from the mall, because when it's private property like that, it's private property open to the general public, and that's what people don't understand sometimes, is that the mall is in fact private property. It is not public property. And I think a lot of people forget that, because we had to deal with these teenagers, but there was 10 of them and 3 of us, which is not good. as far as numbers go, especially because if they think that there's more of them and then they can get away with murder or something, they'll do it. They will do it. They will not hesitate to do whatever it is they need to do to get out of trouble. But it's like, okay, that's not overly difficult to deal with generally. However, it can become troublesome. We actually had to, we had to kick them out of the mall for the day. They lost, they lost movie ticket money. They bought their movie tickets already. We had to kick them out of the mall. Send, can we go to the movies, guys? Nope, sorry, you're done for the day. They were so pissed. But I mean, hey, man, if you're gonna be dropping f-bombs at us, you're obviously not being, you're not being compliant. You're being really, you're just being unruly and you're not listening. So yeah, we're gonna kick you out of the mall. I mean, we warned them 3 times, and finally we said enough. They're out. They're out. We're not dealing with this. A couple of guys. There was a couple guys in the group that came later. We let them go to movies because they only got the 1 warning. That's not a big deal. I mean, we're not gonna try to punish them because they were just with these knuckleheads and they just came in at the wrong time. So we try to avoid that. We try to be nice as possible, but man, not happy. Actually, my assistant director and our local police who works for us occasionally was actually working that day, and huge black guy. He's huge, and he just he's out. I forget what he was. Oh, and I remember what he was doing. He was out. He was actually in the mall because he's not technically working with us. Can do whatever he wants in the mall. So he's out looking for engagement ring, right? And he used to get a call about some punks, who were just being obnoxious and unruly, and he has to, I was like, son of, I have to get interrupted for this, he was not happy. And so he's just, whatever. So he helps us kick him out of the mall, and, I love it. I love this. F you guys, you can't do this. Like, yeah, we can, we are. And the fact that you're walking out means that, yes, we can, because you're letting us. Yeah, you're giving us the authority by walking out of the mall. So that was pretty funny. So guys, seriously, security's off the mall. Could you please hand over a little bit more respect? Like, good God. You see, I mean, that's only one of the stories I've told you so far, 1 or 2 of them. And it was ridiculous trying to get these kids to listen. They just don't listen, man. There's no respect. Just dropping F-bombs left and right, cussing, swearing. It's like, dang, man. And all I'm thinking is, if you talk to your mom like that, she'll knock you upside the head. Jeez. Like, what are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing your friends, too, that you're with. And, and I'm thinking for these other kids that were associating themselves with this guy, why? Well, why are you associating yourself with this guy? He's not, he's not a positive influence. I don't know. Hopefully they figure that out. They're still a little young. So I think, I'll give them some slack on that. But other than that, it's like, guys, what the hell? There's no excuse for this kind of behavior. You're old enough to understand how society works. And that is not how society works. So, I mean, and I'm a nice guy. I don't like to have to do those things, okay? That is my last resort. I'm really lenient on things, especially, or at least I try to be. But if you're going to be like that to me, no, we're done here. You, sir, are done. And that's just going to be that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I'm knocking you. You're going home. You're going home for the day. I'm not dealing with you. I don't get paid enough to do it. 2, it's me doing my job. If that bothers you, oh well. It's not my problem. I should have thought about that before you decided to jack around. How people get all pissed off, like, oh, I wasn't doing anything. Oh, I'm like, yeah, you were. Because if you weren't, we wouldn't have gotten calls. By the way, calls from managers in stores who are all the way in the back of their store, and they could hear them yelling throughout the mall. So, yeah, you're telling me that's not a problem. Okay, guys, whatever. That's just one of the things I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, people, the average person, really, one, not that bright, two, just disrespectful, man. I mean, to the level where I want to put them in cuffs because it gets ridiculous sometimes, and that's just kind of how my life goes. I'm trying to educate you guys a little bit about the world, and figure, well, what the hell, I'll tell you about my job. I mean, it's pretty realistic. In fact, when it rains, my lead supervisor gets really cynical because leaks, people are going to slip and fall a lot because they're just not paying attention. I mean, really, these people, the attention span of squirrels. I'm telling you, when people go to the mall, they do not pay attention to anything. Anything. They don't pay attention to where they're driving, where they're parked, how they're parking, how they're going up and down the parking lots. They don't. The average person does not pay attention to anything, and it's pretty sad. Then all I'm thinking is, wow, I wish natural selection worked a little better. Yeah, as mean as that sounds, it's kind of true. I mean, they're gonna get people hurt when they're not paying attention. My friend's almost been hit while he's out on bike patrol. I've almost been hit like at least 6 times daily. That's daily, guys. 6 times. So think about that. Been working for 2 months. 6 times, whatever 2 months is roughly. And that's about how many. That's a lot of almost accidents. That's just unacceptable. So I encourage you guys, especially when you're driving parking lots, keep aware. It can get pretty scary out there. I've seen enough fender benders out there. I've seen a guy actually ran into the handicap sign, which is pretty ridiculous. The sign's okay, his car not so much, but it's not our problem. That's his problem. It was kind of funny. I mean, when my friend is in the car and he's like halfway across the parking lot, here's a thud. Your driving sucks. Just FYI. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit about my life. One knows. I haven't quite found I scissor kick tackled a guy and he fell to the ground and I chuckled at him. And that. I hope I don't have those stories. Those are few and far in between, thank God. And I really don't want to have police say, hey, I need you to tackle that guy, because we are required to by company's policy to do what the police say. Pretty much word for word, letter by letter. They say tackle, we tackle. If they ask, well, why didn't you tackle him? And I could get off and saying, well, I was concerned for my own safety and whatever, and I wasn't assaulted, so I'm not going to tackle a guy. I could probably get away with that at the same time. Cop tells you to do something, you do it. I actually know a guy he would have chased on a guy. Cop said, tackle him. He did. He tackled him to the ground. The guy gave up. He's like, screw this, I ain't resisting. And he even said, well, they were detaining him, waiting for another car to come pick him up and get statements, whatever. He's telling the cops, F you, F you, F you. And then when he got to the guy who tackled him, he said, and you can just go to hell. It's so funny. But yeah, there's some crazy people, man. It's a crazy world. Just because you're at a mall doesn't mean it's safe. Which is sad. I wish it was, but it's not. It's just reality of it. And I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm just saying, hey, that's reality. It's funny. People work that job. They get more cynical over time. Me, I've got more positive over time. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I just one of the things to look out for, and hopefully you guys respect the quote-unquote mall cop guys a little bit more. Our job is stressful. We deal with idiots all day long. I mean, you think about your worst day, you multiply about 5, it's kind of where that's us, like, every day. It's pretty bad. Some days at least. Some days are better than others, but at the same time, come on guys. Little bit of respect for the working class. Especially with customer service, man. I've done enough customer service now. You have bad days and you have worse days. That's just kind of how that works a lot of the time. Unfortunate, but it's kind of works. But anyways, I hope you have a good day. Sorry you get to see my little streaming crap, whatever. But anyways, yeah, have a good day, guys. Be safe out there. Watch out for crazy drivers in the parking lots. People do not slow down for anybody because it's all about them. Apparently. I wasn't notified, so I guess it might be true. I don't know. Someone must have read it on the internet, said they were important, and they decided, well, that's true. I'm gonna go with 100%. So it's kind of how it works. So you guys be safe. See you guys later.